Here I am, people, just back from my foreign tour. I've been to Europe, Asia, and asparagus. I speak all kinds of different languages. Come on, Acham Chew, piped up the lump. Come on, Tally Boo, sang Ferian, Shulam Alechem. Go on, Mr. Professor, play me into the show business. That's it, the high wire music. With a nice big skirt on of shredded wheat. String of poppies round my head. Innocence personified. Oh, I do look nice. I got wrecked on the Hunkum Chunkum Isles, where the Japanese speak Yiddish to the Greeks, where the Swiss milk maidens milk their crocodiles, and the Eskimos love their Scottish sheiks. There I met a hula maid who stole my heart away. When I made love to that sweet miss, here's what I had to say. Ogul Mugul, you Simon O'Doll, Scotch for I love you. She said rude jube, boo jube, suck another jube, Welsh for Irish stew. Neath the palms on Shoreditch Beach, I squeezed her waist so tight. She said, hi, marzipan, chiggy chow for nakapan. That means Josephine, not tonight. Rooshin, tooshin, take a pinch of crucian. That means come on, Steve. And we played hopscotch as I stood there with my legs coiled. Honky, conky, alabalagoosh. Ham and lamb and peas and gammon, cannon off the cush. Hotty totty, mazzy watty, that is shepherd's bush. For how do you like your eggs boiled? All kinds of funny movements here, arms up and down and everything. We sat there neath the hokey pokey trees, with the gorgonzola scenting all the air. All the lady wore was just a string of beads, and the scenery in a high wire's rather bare. All at once the string broke, and she lost her repertoire. And as she sat there dressed in mufti on that southern shore, she said, Gunga, Zinter, gin and pepperminter, Dutch for mine's a stout. I said, hung long, wong long, sop it from the bong bong, Swiss for you'll get out. By the whopping blue lagoon, as in my arms she lay, she said, ooh, Jack, a pimp, ollie golly, what a chimp, that means Charlie, take it away. Isol, Mysol, Sanitus and Lysol, that means eat more fruit. And I told her the tale of there was an old woman of Gloucester. Hang tongue, shank tongue, ship and Celanese, Osha kosha, mosha posha, wash your nubby knees, Oganunka, Goganunka, that's Kanakane, but blimey, I'll slip it across you. Here we go, boys. Dance till off. Listen, people, a little dramatic poem by special permission of the Flycatchers Union. The tightest man I know is an Irish Eskimo. He's selling pork in Palestine beneath the burning sun, and he's working night and day, though his feet are turning grey, trying to straighten out bananas. That's a thing he hasn't done. Jim and I were pals together in the days of Auld Lang Syne. We were even chums at college when his cell was next to mine. He's pulled me out of many a scrape, and I've pulled corks for Jim. I'd risk my life for myself, and he'd do the same for him. Then a woman came to part us. She was pretty as a cart horse, and she didn't rest till Jim and I did part. He'd her picture in a locket, which he wore in his back pocket, so he always had her photo next his heart. I sailed away to Frisco, leaving him and her alone. She dragged him to the gutter bit by bit. She blackened both his eyes, and then, to Jim's surprise, tried to hand him out another, but he'd know where it would fit. And she left him for a dago, a hokey-pokey man, supposed to be the richest gink in town. He was making money fly, throwing dollars to the sky, and he always used to catch them coming down. This dago, Slippery Joe, was the tightest guy I know. He'd had one pair of trousers round his legs. For 9 years, it's true, and the pockets were brand new, and he used to look in cuckoo clocks for eggs. I returned from Frisco's gates on a pair of roller skates, and I met Jim with a face just like the Sphinx. He'd incurred some gambling losses, playing foolish noughts and crosses, and so doped he sometimes bought a round of drinks. He said he'd like a bottle, so we walked into a hotel, where a fat girl rose and gave us both her seat. At the table we were sipping at a glass of bread and dripping, when I saw the cursed woman face to face. She was sitting with the dago. He'd his whiskers full of sago. You'd think they owned the blessed earth to watch them dine and sup. And Jim said for 2 pins, why, I'd kick him on the shins. Well, I had 2 pins, but needed them to hold my trousers up. So we sat there for a second till the woman to us beckoned. We went over to her table just to listen to her chin. She said that she regretted. She wept and cried and fretted. The tears rolled down until our whiskey looked like drops of gin. Then a shot rang through the night, and bang, out went the light. We heard the crash of falling steel and glass. The head waiter gave a curse as he dived down for his purse. It was his turn for a penny for the gas. When the lights went up again, we'd been tricked 'twas very plain, for uncannily the place was calm and still, and the woman and the dago had vamoosed upon their wago, and they'd left my poor chum Jim to pay the bill. When they call the final rolls, and we just wear camisoles, in a land that's far away from earthly woe, when Jim hands in his check, if they don't include his neck, then I'm sure he'll be the tightest man I know. That's all there is of that. Now I've got a chance to clear my throat.